So my name is Rahul Jain, and Bluvial, my company is currently working as a pathology laboratory. We do blood tests for patients, uh, and corporates and clinics who don't have the testing capability at their facility. So we are like a back-end labs for them. So, since the beginning, even before 12 employees, I just had a single employee. Basically, you can call him my a co-worker from my previous company, and he was helping me set up the operations. I always wanted to have a basic uh, HR structure in place. Uh, and it's not that I did not have the seating capacity or the space to have a fully functional HR division. But then again, due to the constraints of having a small employee, I didn't want to spend so much and unnecessarily set up a whole division for that. So while researching online, I came across something which is like a remote HR thing. And of course, I searched and I found Engage, but I was very skeptical because I hadn't heard about it. That you can. I heard about outsourcing certain functions of the company, but definitely not HR because then the HR has to stay on the ground handling the employees. But I was pretty skeptical, and when I got into Engage right from the beginning, this as and when this led me through the whole process of onboarding Engage as my HR, I was pretty impressed. And they went about discussing even the smallest of the HR policies, which generally I would have probably ignored, not being an expert in HR. And if would I've had an on-ground HR team, that would have certainly, I believe that would have been really ignored. But Engage was through and through very thorough with defining each and every policy, and that is preferably how I would like to work. So that's where I got my confidence in HR. And as you rightly said, we've grown from 4 to 12 employees. Not even a single day goes by where I don't feel that, where I feel that I do need an HR on ground here, and Engage is not up to it. Engage has been very fantastic in handling, and it's like I don't. It's like I really do have an HR in place, but it gives it. I rarely give it a thought. They're not here. They're off. Or they're an online HR. So to begin with, I would really say the cost. Yes, that is one thing. The second thing I would really go on with that HR mostly handles what I believe HR function is that they handle the operations when it comes to the payroll, the attendance system of the employee, which is of course part of the payroll, and then there are certain policies that sometimes has to be enforced upon the employee in terms of if they are not following the rules. Uh, and everything comes down to payroll. Directly or indirectly, it do comes down to payroll, the attendance, and of course, rewarding and penalizing the employee as and when it is uh, required as per the situation. But for that, you don't need a physical HR in place. If your policies, if your framework is pretty tight enough that it won't be easy for the company or for the people working for you to deviate from. So then you do not need a physical HR, but you need a good HR who can frame the policies in a certain way that makes the whole management of employees easier. So that's where Engage really played a very important role. And of course, my doubts were really cleared when we were defining the policies. That the creation of the policy should be as such where the person creating the policy should be knowledgeable about each and every aspect of the company, and probably foresee that these are the kind of challenges a company like, let's say particular my company, could face these and these issues. So the HR was pretty knowledgeable that you could face these issues, and if you define a policy today, it can be governed in the future whomsoever is running your HR. whether it's a physical or an offline. So that's where a good HR plays a role. It is not a physical HR or an offline HR. It is a good HR manager who can define the policy. So that's where Engage comes into picture. Why do you need to hire and put on an extra burden of a cost when you can do that at a fraction of a cost and with a good team behind your back? So I think that's where Engage has played a really important role, and you don't need an offline, online. I mean, you don't need a physical HR. Online HR works pretty well. The problem is that in a traditional mindset in India, generally traditional businessmen, they ignore the requirement of an HR. कि हमें आदमी रखने की क्या जरूरत है आदमी मैनेज करने के लिए. It is not that. You as an owner, why would you focus on managing people day to day? If there is a certain tricky situation, that's where the owner comes into picture. But otherwise, an owner's job is to just focus on getting business, or the business aspect of the. It's not focusing on and really, if the policies are defined, there is no way your employee can deviate from it. And the best part is Engage. Whenever a person is onboarded, Engage sends them a copy of the policy. These are the policies. Have a read through it, and then if in the future there is some kind of a deviation, you can easily say that this is the policy that was handed over to you. And with the current situation now, that everything is I mean, the if a company is deviates, the employee can quickly backfire. But situations can quickly backfire that the company did not highlight the HR policy, and it could easily create an unnecessary hassle for the company to deal with these situations. So, but for that, again, you don't need a physical HR, you just need a good HR policy maker. And that's where, online HR works pretty well. Oh, the tech is beautiful. I'm a man of technology, and I love the tech from day one. When I was shown that, this is how your uh, your uh, your people will be able to see and manage everything. In fact, every time an employee comes to me that, sir, I want to, because we are not a very big company, we're just 12 people. So one of the person might come to me and say, I need a leave. I'm like, fine, take your leave. Just highlight it on the application. I don't tell me that you want to go on a leave. Just inform your manager in charge and just put it on the app. If you have leaves, that's fine. If you don't have, it'll be deducted from your pay. So it's pretty simple. Rather than if there wasn't any HR in a traditional Indian business mindset, the person comes to me, sir, I'm going on a leave. Oh, why are you going on a leave? Do you have holidays left or not? And then I check with the accountant guy, because generally accounts manage the HR in the traditional sense. So then it's another hassle. So the tech part is beautiful. Coming to the people, I mean, as reliable the tech is, so are your people and the person who is managing my account. Uh, Previously had some other person, and then we have Himani right now. So it's fantastic. They've been managing my account so well, and every time I need to speak to them about something, they're directly on the call. I can speak to them. They respond to the mail. So, in terms of Engage as a tech part and the people, I'm 100% satisfied, and I definitely always preach about it to my group of business friends, that that if you have even if you don't have an HR, just try the services of Engage as an offline HR, and then you will have a probably. And I'm sure if one of them tries, they would definitely would go with your company.